There is a perception created out there, or propaganda or whatever you want to call it, that in this issue of battling COVID, it may be seen as government versus people. Now, my message today is that we have done fairly well as a people. But we are at a point where if we did not take further caution and be careful, we will erode all the gains we have achieved over the period.
In the county, we have had a total number of 10,469 positive COVID cases since this disease came, out of which 7,121 are male and 3,348 are female. So far, we have lost a total of 202 persons in the county of Mombasa. In the last 24 hours, we have had 67 confirmed cases of COVID-19. This is an alarming trend. And if we look at the general trend, if you can focus on this graph, you notice that the figures are going up on daily basis. This is a very worrying trend.
So don't think, sifikirie, even for a second, that by evading regulations that are stipulated or given to you, ni uwerevu, si ujanja. Si ujanja. It surprises me that some people believe by avoiding or evading or staying away from those protocols, for them can be a success story.
Overnight vigil or praying, popularly known as Kesha, it is not allowed, whether in a mosque, whether in a Hindu temple, or in a church, or anywhere else.
Sisi kama watetezi wa haki za kibinadamu tuko mbele huwa kupigania haki, na moja ya haki ni haki ya kiafya. Ikiwa tutaweza kufuata yale maagizo ambayo tumeweza kuelezewa, hakuna mtu atasumbuana na serikali wala hakuna mtu atapigana na hili janga. Lakini ikiwa tunakusudi za mpaka kungojea time ya curfew pia muje mfukuzwe na idara ya usalama, then hiyo si jambo la sawa.
Let us stop the public gatherings. It's Ramadan. People like coming together, but it's important we sacrifice for this time so that we save lives.
Should the worst come to the worst, again we might end up in a situation where some of these things will be prohibited.
So you don't want to get to a point where now we are forced again to make those very hard decisions of closing down places, or looking at cessational of movement to be re-implemented. So my humble appeal to everybody, more particularly during this month of Ramadan, ndugu yangu wa Kiislamu, si ushujaa kupigana na maradhi, si ushujaa kwamba wewe utaishinda maradhi, si ushujaa. Ushujaa ni kuepuka na kutetea wengine wasishikwe na maradhi. Kuna yale ambaye serikali yatafanya na kuna yale makubwa ambaye wewe unafaa uyafanye. National government and the county government have committed to create support infrastructure for the bridge to work. There is a purpose as to why that bridge was put there. And I want to caution my colleagues, the politicians. Politicize anything else that you want, but don't ever attempt to politicize the battle ya COVID. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know some people are making a lot of noises about the floating bridge. They had that opportunity to come and address us when we were having a meeting. It was a collective decision. Over 20, 30 people consulted, and we are only doing on what is best for the ordinary mwananchi.
The floating bridge is actually doing wonders in terms of decongesting that area, and we want to encourage our people to use it.
We've also felt that we have to find a way to cushion some of the businesses in Mombasa. Na tumeona tusiwaambie tu ile magumu, but we've agreed on suspension of some of the fees. For example, we've told the hoteliers or the hospitality industry, from now henceforth kitu naitwa bed levy shall be suspended to a point where normalcy resumes, then we can relook at it. We have decided some of the fees to be waived by 50%, more particularly that depend more on biashara za kiutalii. We also have decided to issue an extension ya SBPs to the very last 10 days of our fiscal year. So if the fiscal year closes at June 30th, right? We have given you until June 20th so that you can comfortably try and meet the deadline. And we have also said those that cannot come and pay fully, waje walipe kidogo kidogo, with a plan that will be regulated through the finance department.
In the hospitality industry, people have lost their jobs, people have gone home, and it's just chaos. We are thinking that you don't care. But what you've done today, what you've agreed to do, on behalf of all the stakeholders, I want to thank you. And I want to urge, because all the hotels and all the tourism units have put in protocols and will continue to follow on the protocols that have been given. I assure you that whilst we thank you, we shall continue to support you with the protocols that we're supposed to keep.